but it's evolved, and it's been a crazy fun path. I'm a business corporate transactions attorney, but I handle all realms of the cannabis industry, and I think what's been the most entertaining part of this is to have so many incredible women around me. And you know, as a lawyer, I deal primarily with men. In the cannabis industry, you know, those glass ceilings and sort of those typical things that you see in other industries don't exist. There is definitely an opportunity to be an entrepreneur, to pave your own path, to really build something that's incredible in a new and emerging industry that is desperately in need of really high quality professionals in so many different realms. So many people think of the industry as just dispensary licenses or cultivation licenses, and there's so many different things, whether it's the law, design, you know, consulting, strategy, CPAs, you have jewelry, you have, you know, I mean, it's sort of like the gold rush, right? The guys that made the most money made the picks and shovels. And so there's a lot of different ways to get involved in this. I will say though, it is also an industry where people tend to throw caution out the window. I meet so many really well-intended and passionate people who just don't take the time to actually vet the people they're working with, they're partnering with, they don't take the time to do things properly, and it ends up in a mess. You know, this industry is very heavy on the contract side. You don't want to wind up in court. You certainly don't want to wind up before a judge who, number one, may not know the industry, may not know the law, and may have a moral opposition to you, which, you know, we all know is unfounded, but certainly still exists. So the contract side of this is vastly important. And again, as women, you know, I think a lot of women get into this, and because we don't have typical avenues for financial investors, you still are dealing with a lot of men who are, you know, and I love men, please don't. It's not an anti-male speech, but I think you get a lot of women who don't have the courage and don't have the confidence to ask those questions and make sure that they have an understanding and a strategy for what they want, what they're building, what they're looking for, so that when you sit down to meet with these different money people or these different partners, that you have an understanding of how to support yourself and argue for yourself, because you're your best advocate. You can put something together incredibly well, but you have to make sure that you're educated on the industry, what you're trying to build, and have the right professionals around you. Otherwise, you can wind up, you know, Jennifer was a great example of being trusting and doing a great job and being a really high quality individual who just, you know, wasn't surrounded by some of the right people and now is. So, you know, helping people avoid those pitfalls is certainly what I'd like to do, because there's a lot of twists and turns we can't control. So the ones that we can, and the structure and strategy we can put in place, it's really important.
Laura, thank you. Laura has an expression, I'm not sure if you actually came up with it, but they call it putting on cannabis goggles.
Yeah.
It means you get so excited to be in the industry that you get into bad situations, you don't use agreements, contracts, you haven't vetted your business partner. So again, words of caution, proceed with enthusiasm and caution. Next, is that right?